Hello, everyone. Hi, Cheryl Arkle. Hi, everyone. Hello. What are you reading? What are you reading? You know how this works. I tell you what I'm reading. You tell me what you're reading. So where is everybody? Come join me. This is fun. Now, I think last week I told you Jane was doing What Are You Reading this week, but she's not. I'm not Jane. I'm Cheryl. Jane is at home. And you've got me today. But welcome. Now, this is win $100, win $100 book voucher. Hi, Mary. So don't forget, this segment today is I'm going to ask you a question a bit later on in the segment, and the first person to get the answer right wins $100. But it can't be the same person that won last time, because it's not about being a fast typer. It's about getting it right. And it's also about having a bit of fun. So what we will do is you could win $100 voucher, and you just nominate the bookstore that you want to spend the voucher with. Okay, so everybody's coming on. Hi, Joy Bell. Joy Bell, I saw you were at the event last night. We had the lovely Caroline Overington. Amelia, hi Amelia. So many of you joining. Hi Carolyn. Carolyn's reading The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams for book club. Didn't think it would be great, but found that I am really enjoying it. I love how a book club is often full of happy discoveries. Isn't it fantastic? Because often I think book club takes you out of your comfort zone, and you tend to read books that other people like that you wouldn't have chosen yourself. I mean, that goes the same for so many things in life, doesn't it? Kylie is loving Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty, and I know a lot of people are because it's on the bestseller list. Mary is reading The Enemy Within by Tim Aleph and The French Gift by Kirsty Manning. Oh, I love Tim Aleph and Kirsty, actually. I've chatted with both of them. And The Enemy Within is a great book. I think I've talked about Tim before because he's the head of ABC. His day job is head of ABC News. So a lot of his fiction is based on, things that he's reporting on, if you like. Tracy, hi Tracy. Now I've lost my spot. Tracy is reading The Other Side of Beautiful. Jane Tara is asking if she can win the $100. No, you can't. It's going to go out there to our lovely readers that join the segment. And I know you're always on the segment, but you can't join. And also, you're not a fast typer anyway. Judy, hi Judy. Judy is reading Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. Helen, hello Helen. Helen's reading The Buchanan Girls. Jessie is reading The Housemate by Sarah Bailey, and Home Like Ours by Fiona Lowe. Just mastered the art of reading 2 books at a time. We talked about that last week. A lot of you do read 2 fiction books at a time, and I was saying that I can only really read 1 fiction book at a time. I can dip in and out of non-fiction, but when it comes to fiction, it's just 1 at a time. Terry Lee, hello. Terry Lee's reading Mystic River by Dennis Lehane. Oh, well, that's an oldie. Win, hi Win. Win is reading Happy Hour by Jackie Byron. For a minute there, Win, I thought you were saying happy hour, and I thought you might have a drink. Actually, I could do with a glass of wine myself. Do you know, today, just before this segment, I recorded a segment for Studio 10 that's going to air on the 22nd of December. So it's been a screen day for me, and I really could do with a very cold glass of something. Mary, yes. We'll get on to that next week. Lee, I'm reading Recipe for a Kinder Life by Annie Smithers. Joy Bell, yes. I love Joy Bell, and she's always there in comments supporting everything that we do. Okay, I've lost my spot again, but I am going to find it in a minute. Now listen, Malvina just finished Clara and the Sun. I'm going to talk about Echoes of War by Tanya Blanchard. Now, you will all remember the lovely Tanya. She is the author of The Girl from Munich. And this is her new book, Echoes of War. It's set in Mussolini's Italy, or just prior to the war it starts, where a young girl really doesn't want to do what the family want her to do, and she had ideas of her own. And then the war starts, and it's the challenges of, staying home and then exploring your own passions. I love this cover so much. She writes so beautifully. Her first book, The Girl from Munich, as you will remember, was a bestseller. And then she followed that with Letters from Berlin. So there we go. That's Tanya Blanchard. Also, while we're talking about Tanya, she is going to be our guest author next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So make sure you join Tanya, and she will be taking questions about this and all her books. Okay, what else have we got? Jeffrey Archer. This is a new Jeffrey Archer, Over My Dead Body. 4 cases, 4 killers. Only one man can stop them. This is out now, and it's new in hardcover, and we all know Jeffrey Archer. What else have we got? Oh, this is beautiful. It's called Daughter of the Hunter Valley, and it's set in 1831 in the Hunter Valley. About a character who's reeling from her mother's death. Beautiful, gorgeous historical fiction. And again, it is a debut story for Paula Bevan. So that's out now as well. Gosh, there's so much. Last night, The Cuckoo's Cry. Is it Cuckoo or Cuckoos? We talked about this last time. I think it's Cuckoos. Is that right, Dex? Anyway, by Caroline Overington. You will remember, and she spoke about this last night, this book came out in audio first and in print second, which is very, very rare. But anyway, that's out now. Thank you for those that joined Caroline last night. She's so terrific. I love her. She's also the literary editor of The Australian. Okay, what have we got? Malvina, we've read that out. Karen is reading The Champagne War by Fiona McIntosh. Julie is reading Wild by Kristen Hanna. I love Nightingale. Wild is very different. Linda is reading More Than I Love My Life by David Grossman for her book club. Kim is reading The Witch Collector by Carissa Weeks, coming out in November the 2nd. Oh, thanks. So you've got an advance copy. Kim is reading Girl 11 by Amy Suter Clark, really good so far. Michelle, hi Michelle, currently reading The Family Inheritance by Tricia Stringer. We love Tricia. She was also, Tricia Stringer is doing What Are You Reading next week? So next Thursday, Tricia will be telling you what she's reading. So that was a segue. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle's also recently read The Unworthy Duke by Charlotte Ann and The Butler by Danielle Steele. Joy Bell is reading The Butler too. Diane is watching The Midnight Watch. Is reading The Midnight Watch by David Dyer, and Kay is reading The Secret Keeper of Japor. Yvonne, hi Yvonne, just finished Cutter's End and about to start The Eighth Wonder. Gail, The Winter Sea by Susan Kearsley, favourite book of the year. Alona, hi Alona. Hey, don't forget to sing out if you're a newbie. I was going to say freebie, but you're all freebies. Sing out if you're a newbie. Hey, listen, a couple of things that I have to tell you. I'm going to ask a question in a minute, but also, do you know you can now buy books on our website? Or if you see them on Facebook, you can click through. There's a little Shop Now button. So any book that we talk about now, you can either buy it through Booktopia, through Amazon, through Apple, through Big W, so we've got all these links, and they're called affiliate links, and you can go in there and buy your books there. We did that because you guys told us that it would actually be more helpful and for those of you that buy online. But of course, if you don't buy online and you buy from your local bookstore, we're super happy with that as well. Okay, all right, question, drum roll. Are you ready? Okay, are you going to put it up there, Dex? The question is, what is my dog's name? What is my dog's name? That's $100. First correct answer wins $100. Okay, Joe Young. Caroline was great last night. She had such lovely things to say. Helen Emily. Sorry, Emily Mountbatten rang. Emily Mountbatten came in first, and Cheryl's dog name is John Brown. Emily, you are the winner. Congratulations. Helen, you came in, I think, at exactly the same time, so you're number 2. But yes, it is John Brown. Thank you all for remembering my dog's name. Gosh, you're all quick on that typing. I would have to say you're coming pretty close. But the first one that hit our screen, and that's how we'll do it, Joy Bell, I like the fact that you called him Mr. John Brown. But the winner goes to drum roll, to Emily Mountbatten. Yay! So Emily, we'll contact you through some kind of messaging. I don't know what it's called. It's called something, private messaging. And you can nominate who you'd like to spend your $100 voucher with. It can be any bookstore. It can be also any of the affiliates that we have. Like it can be Big W, it can be Amazon, it can be Apple, it can be whoever else we work with. Okay, all right. Booktopia. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top and we're going to talk. Congratulations to the winner. Now, do you want to put the winner up there, Dex, so that we can remember who the winner is? And thank you all for being good sport about it. Now, we're going to do this again next month, and every month we're going to give away a $100 gift voucher. Which I think, I just want you to buy more books, really. And it's not sponsored by anybody. It's better reading money that we're giving out to you to spend on books. Okay, Gail is reading The Winter Sea by Susanna Keasley, favourite book this year. Alona also said The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman, fabulous. He is a really good writer. Faye says, hi, Cheryl. Hi, Faye. And don't forget, if you're a newbie, let us know. Danny, hello. I haven't been able to join in for ages. I'm reading the can't even read that. The Chesapeake Quartet by Nora Roberts, currently on the fourth one. Sandra is reading The Three Sisters. Danielle is reading Danielle says, hello, lovelies. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day and enjoying the sunshine. It is really a beautiful day in Sydney at the moment. I don't know what the weather is your way, because I know you from all places in the country, and indeed we've got some international people. Kerry is reading two great books, Once There Were Wolves and The Woman of Chateau Lafayette. Sally Ann, hi Sally Ann. Sally Ann says, I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you're here too, Sally Ann. Sally Ann's reading Little House on the Prairie. Oh my God, wow, what a beautiful series that was. That does go way back. I mean, I do remember reading the books, but I equally love the TV series. I loved it so much. Virginia says, hi, I'm reading The Naturalist's Daughter by Tia Cooper. Nicole says, hi, better reading team. I'm reading The Deep by Kyle Perry, who we adore. Donna, hello, I'm reading Beautiful World. Where are you? Alison, I just started reading The Stoning by Peter Pathanossiou. Helen says, hi Helen. Anne is reading The Labyrinth by Amanda Lowry, which is really a beautiful book. Julie is reading People of the Book for book club. Jane is, and not our Jane, another Jane Harvey, just finished The Red Coast by Di Morrissey and Husband Replacement Therapy by Kathy Lett, both fabulous reads. Did you see that Kathy Lett's back in the country? I think we might try and get her on. She's always so much fun. She's here, I think, because her mother's not well. Meryl just started The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. Karen is reading Wild Place by Christian White. Can we segue? Because we're not talking about that this week, but we will be, and that's his very, very new one. We Are Not Like Them, Christine Pride and Joe Piazza. This is a beautiful book that's out now. Not every story is black and white, and it's about this beautiful tale of race and friendship. Really beautiful cover. Look at that. James Han Matson. This is a scary book called Reprieve. It's kind of horror, kind of literary fiction. Really character-driven and a great story, but really, really scary. He was suspenseful in a way. I recorded a podcast with him recently. Really gorgeous guy and a great writer, and that's out now too. Reprieve. Oh gosh, look at this beautiful Polly Crosby's book, The Woman of Pearl Island. Look at that gorgeous, beautiful cover. I love that. It's a captivating new novel from the author of the Book of Hidden Wonders, and that's her book that's out now with the most gorgeous cover that I think matches my top a little bit. Oh, Funky Town. Isn't that wonderful? I know many of you have read this book. It's a memoir, A Year on the Brink of Manhood, by Paul Kennedy, who I think is from Melbourne. It's the vivid true story of a year in the life of a teenager leaping into manhood. Okay, there's so much happening. Okay, back to you guys. Karen got me sidetracked with reading Wild Place by Christian White. Lisa currently reading lots of Terry Pratchett. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Gosh. Again, oldies. Gosh, he's written so many books, hasn't he? Kirsten. Hi, Kirsten. And Kirsten is listening to Funky Town by Paul Kennedy and enjoying it. Also bought the Cuckoo's Cry to read next. Wonderful. I hope you enjoy that too. Marie reading Maid by Stephen Land, and downloaded a sample of Lost Daughter by Eleanor Ferrante. I love that trilogy. It was fantastic. Was it a trilogy? But anyway, I loved it. Emily, hi Emily. Emily's reading The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. Jenny is reading The Moon Sister by from the Seven Sisters series and loving it. Julie, I'm listening in while working from home. Thank you, Julie. And of course you are working. And this is educational, Julie. This is good for everybody and it is good for work. Reading makes you good in so many things. Rebecca, You Need to Know by Nicola Moriarty is what she's reading. Helen, I have finished Country Crush by Jenny McLeod. Fabulous. Vanessa, hi Vanessa, is reading If You Could See Me Now by Cecilia Ahern. And I recorded a podcast with her, which was great fun. She's really beautiful. Linda reading Dilly, Court Rag and Bone. Sandra, hi Sandra, I've just started Falling by TJ Newman. Wow. And just finished 2 of the Rachel Johns books. Rachel's got a book coming soon as well. Tracy, I will have to remind you. Tracy says you'll have to remind us when the segment gets closer. So that's about my segment on Channel 10, Studio 10, and it's Books for Christmas, and I will. It's the 22nd of December. Put it in your diary. Jill reading Down Where the Moon Is. Karen is reading Echoes of War. Great book. Here it is. We will hold that up again. The Tanya Blanchard. Lovely, lovely, gorgeous cover. Kathy, looking forward to seeing you back on TV. It's been a long time. Thank you, Kathy. Do you know, Kathy, I think it's been 10 years since I've been on the circle. So there you go. I was worried about that. I was thinking, oh, my gosh, 10 years older. But anyway, they still wanted me back, so that's good. So there you go. Joy Bell says she loves Tanya Blanchard. And we do. And don't forget, Tanya's on next Wednesday night. Now, what are the things I have to tell you? Oh, new podcast art. Dex, are you going to put that up? We've got new, oh, look at that. I am super happy with our brand new podcast art. And this week's podcast is Caroline Overington. Her podcast is out now. And The River Mouth by Karen Herbert. Her podcast is out now. Now, don't forget, if you like our podcast, write us a really nice comment. If you think that that's new artwork, write us a really nice comment, or even just give us a star rating, because apparently each time you interact with us on a podcast, it pushes us up the, finding the podcast series. But I do know so many of you write in comments how much you enjoy listening to them, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Loving the new artwork, and so super happy with that. Now, affiliate buttons, we've talked about those. Don't forget that, you can buy any book now from us if you like. And Better Reading B, my favourite segment, well, my second favourite segment to this segment. So you know how Jane and I do Better Reading B? Really, it's Jane's segment, and she's kind of dragged me into it. And we talk about books that make you feel better, like be good, be lovely, be mindful, be whatever. Now, as you all know, that is not the kind of person that I am, but it is the kind of person Jane is. Jane is, she's a meditator, she's this, she's that. And I love the conversation with Jane because she always gets me over the line to do what she's doing. Now, where I will draw the line is Jane went on a silent retreat once she was silent for 7 days. Never. That's never going to happen to me. And if I get close, can everybody please stop me? Do stop me. There you go. All right, so that's B coming up. What else have we got? Tricia Stringer. Tricia Stringer is hosting this event next Thursday. She's going to be hosting it from her home in I think she's in Adelaide, in South Australia. And we love Tricia, and the book is called Birds of a Feather. What else? Oh, this beautiful book by Karen Herbert. I was just telling you about that, and the podcast is out now. So this is really a stunning debut novel. Do you know, we've got this relationship with a copyright agency, and they give us funding to promote authors like Karen, who normally wouldn't get a huge amount of publicity and marketing. And we got some funding to promote Karen, and she so deserves it. This is a really wonderful book, and it's called The River Mouth. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm getting through all my work today, which I'm super proud of. Cheryl. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Cheryl is reading the last of the Apple Blossom, really enjoying it. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it, and now I am. That happens so much with reading. You just don't know, do you? And I've just bought the book you're holding, as it sounded so good, and I would say it was Echoes of War. Bev, hi Bev. Bev's a regular. I'm about to start reading Showtime by Judy Nunn. Looking forward to it. I think we've got Showtime right here. Oh, it's just, isn't that, it's a wonderful cover, isn't it? Okay, Trish is reading Lincoln Highway. Wow, I just talked about that for our television segment, and when I know we talked about that as well. Wonderful book, and do you know, it really got me. I didn't think that I would love it as much as I did. Wonderful writer, wonderful characters, Amor Towers, and that's out now. So there you go. That was a segue, Jane. Thank you. Karen says, hi, Cheryl, listening to The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart by Holly Ringland and loving it. Isn't she wonderful? Wonder when she's got a new book out. We've got to find that out. Christine, hi, Christine. I'm in the middle of the Cuckoo's Cry by Carolyn Overington. Enjoy it. Emma, hello, Emma. Emma's a regular. Bronwyn is reading Showtime by Judy Nunn. There you go. I've got it right here. Love Judy. And also the Judy Nunn podcast is out as well. Margie, hello, lovely lady. Hello to you, lovely lady, too. I've just finished The Cottage at Rosella Grove by Sandy Docker, and I'm now reading Wattle Island Book Club by the same author. Loving her books, and I am a read one book at a time person. Yeah, so am I, Margie. Helen, I tried to buy Daughter of the Hunter Valley last week, but it was out of stock. We'll jump onto one of our affiliates link. I'm sure you'll be able to get it there. I've Carolyn's new book to read. I loved her previous novels. They were fantastic. Yeah. Do you know what I love about Carolyn? Because she is also a journalist and she's a literary editor of The Australian, but she was kind of like a court journalist for a long time, or a crime journalist or something like that. So she draws on a lot of that real life experience with her fiction, and I think that makes what makes her book so compelling. And although I think she's got a nice pace, a fast pace, which is what a lot of journalists have as well. Kim is reading Showtime, which I've got the book right here. Sue just finished The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. Mary, interview with Caroline was fabulous last night. It was, Mary, and thanks for joining. John, The Overstory by Richard Powers is what John's reading. Maurice, hi Cheryl, absolutely loved Over My Dead Body. Last night I finished The Codebreakers. Had to read the end late into the night. Amazing story. Don't you hate that when you just can't put that book down and it's ticking away and you're thinking, how am I going to get up at 5:30 to go to boxing, right? When you're up reading. Christine says, last night was great with Caroline. It was. Hi, Anne. How are you? Kathy says, hello. I'm reading The Flat Chair by Beth O'Leary. Rachel is reading Girl A. Meredith reading The Housemate by Sarah Bailey. Carol is listening to Outback Midwife by Beth McRae. Loving audiobooks, and I know a lot of you are. Jenny is reading Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty. Mary says Trish will be great next week, and she will be. Tricia Stringer is hosting this segment next week. So don't forget to join us for that. She is lovely. She's such a professional as well. Sandy is reading Sweetwater Creek by Kay Dobby. Love it. Tracy have just started reading The Wrong Child by Barry Gornell. Karen is reading Shattered Sky by Helene Young. Sandra is a newbie. Hi, Sandra, and welcome. Kylie, hi, Cheryl, I hope you're well. I am well, actually. And Kylie is reading Honeybee by Craig Silvey. Do you know what I wanted to tell you? And I'll keep talking about this as the year goes, but there is so many great releases at the moment, so many wonderful Australian books, and so many releases in October, but so many in November. It's just going to be a treat for all you readers out there, with all these, kind of stories to choose from. Sandra is reading The Three Sisters. Tars is reading June by Frank Herbert, a classic. Jo, Caroline was great last night. She had such lovely things to say about the Better Reading community. It was like a big warm hug. Isn't she lovely? And just know we did not pay her to say those things. No, she has been a friend. When I first launched Better Reading, because Caroline and I are friends, she was supporting me even back then. You know, I'd go to a bookshop to try and do a story and she'd come with me and she'd hold the camera or she'd talk to the bookseller. She's just a one. You know, she came across as really nice last night. Well, she is really nice. Emily Mountbatten, the winner of the $100 for John Brown. Ryrie is reading Sisters of the Resistance by Christine Wells. Ross is reading These Truths, A History of the United States by Jill Lepore. So many of you knew my dog's name. Thank you so much. Now, and also just read A Boy, His Dog at the End of the World, and it was great. And I'm a newcomer to this, rarely able to join your book chats on Wednesday evenings as it's my book club evening. Absolutely. But you know what, Anne? They are all recorded. So you can go back and watch them. Or you can watch them with your book club, you know. All these lovely people. I like how Joy Bell called John Brown Mr. John Brown because he is a mister. He's not with me today because I'm in the office alone and he's at home. Bronwyn is a newbie. Welcome, Bronwyn. Bronwyn lives in Queensland, but at the moment he's in New South Wales because my premier won't let me. Oh, what a shame. That's a shame. Gosh, that must be really tough too, to be away from home for so long. Let's hope the world is changing. Let's hope Australia is changing. Anne says, Caroline was great last night. What else have we got here? So many books coming out that I can't wait to read, absolutely. And Emma is currently reading Social Cues. So good. Love that it's set in Brizzy. Anyone know an Australian novel about the Spanish flu? That's for Sandy Campbell. Anyone know an Australian novel about I'm sure there is one. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thank you all for joining us. You know I just love this segment so much. I'm not going to be with you next week. I am going to be with you on Tuesday with Jane, and we're going to talk about Better Eating Bee and how she's going to make me a better person and make you guys a better person too. And then the lovely Tricia Stringer is going to be with you on Thursday. Don't forget our affiliates program. Don't forget to write us a podcast review. What else do I have to tell you? And the winner of the competition, we will correspond. Send us a private DM. And yeah, thank you so much and see you next time.